Someone was standing there. I saw the back of a silhouette. I quickly went to my room, trying not to make any
of that.
Yummy. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, you know what I'm saying, man. Yeah.
Alright, I guess this is the night bitches die.
It's on there forever.
You're not gonna cut it out?
Never. Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy SavyReacts. I'm back with another video. So for today, we have another Want to See entertainment video. And this video is called 14 Horror Stories Animated Compilation of May 2020. Yeah, I haven't done this type of video in a while. It's been like a couple weeks, but I wanted to do another scary type video because it gives a different vibe. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that post notification button so you get notified every time I post a video. Yeah, let's get right to this.
I was 13 when this happened.
She was 13.
My parents left on a business trip to LA, so I had to stay home.
Nobody gives a f.
My dad gave me his card.
That's pizza?
So that I could order whatever
pizza?
I needed.
That
so I
looks
kind of
like
enjoyed
blood.
being alone.
It's supposed to be pizza.
And I wasn't
Yeah,
scared
pizza.
because I've been
What is
home
it?
alone so
Looks
many
like blood to me.
times. And besides, it was only for 3 days. Well, this was around the time the clowns were breaking into houses
hell
and doing
no.
some weird
Oh, it's
stuff.
around
But
that
they
time.
never came to
yeah.
my area since they
Oh, this is a
usually
true
hit
story,
more
though.
quiet
Yeah.
places.
Well, I'm pretty
Especially
sure all
the
these are true
area
stories.
near a forest. Although
That's really
we had
creepy.
a fence that could
Yeah.
easily
That could
allow
happen to us
someone
at
to
any
climb
time.
over, we
I wish
didn't
they
really
would come
think
in
much
here.
about it because the area where we lived in was very safe. Anyway, it was around 6
we're good.
p.m. and this was in the winter, so it got dark pretty fast.
Shoot.
We had a glass room at the back of the house, also known as a conservatory, and it leads
Is it
straight
for
to the
plants or
garden.
something?
The room was
got a
right
garden.
next to the kitchen. I got
There's
a
somebody
little
in there.
hungry, so I went to the fridge,
Got a little
took out
hungry.
some snacks, and went back
What is
to the
that?
living room
Pizza?
to continue
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
TV.
Looks like it.
There was a roof on the
The
glass
snack?
room that intensified
that.
any sound that landed on top of it, even the gentlest drop of water. That day, it was raining heavily,
Is there a
so it
clown
was
outside?
too noisy to hear anything except the rainfalls pounding on the roof. About a few minutes later,
You look bored.
I was quite sleepy,
You
so
bored.
I decided
You
to go
bored.
up to
You
my
bored.
room and lay down.
Yeah, you go.
I was
do that.
about to grab my phone and check my social media, but then I heard something drop really hard on something
Oh,
downstairs.
there's nobody there. I forgot.
It really creeped
Nobody
me
where?
out. I got really
at the house,
scared,
Oh,
but
yeah,
decided
except
to
her.
go downstairs to check, thinking
Why is always
that
the
it
white
would be
people going
nothing.
upstairs to check?
So I came out of my room,
I would have
went
stayed in my
halfway
room
down
and
the
barricaded the
staircase,
door.
and looked down the
Yeah, me too.
hallway. The whole area was dark, but I knew that someone was standing there. I saw the back of a silhouette. I quickly went to my room, trying not to make
I don't want any of that.
Then
don't want
I
any
heard
of that.
someone walking around the living room.
Did you lock the
I
door?
immediately called the police and whispered to the operator that I needed help ASAP.
Yeah, you do need help.
But all of a sudden, I had a sneezing fit. I was
how I
so
feel right
panicked at that moment.
Can you
So I
control it?
instantly ran to the bathroom since it was the only room with a lock.
Oh, okay.
As
That
I
makes
was
sense.
reaching the bathroom, he sprinted up the stairs so fast. I locked the door and tried not to cry. The man tried to open the door. He kept turning the doorknob. The bathroom had a small blurry window,
What if she
but
left her
I was
phone in her
able to
room?
see
In her
outside.
room.
So,
Maybe she did.
just then, I
I
got a
think she does
glimpse of what was at the door. It was
Holy
a man
shit.
with green hair and without a nose. He was wearing a very weird outfit and was holding a gigantic knife.
That's a
I
machete.
had no other choice, so I quickly hopped inside the bath, opened the big window, and jumped
Oh,
out.
thank God.
I slid off the big
Wow.
roof and fell on the
Where'd she
concrete. I couldn't
Wow.
even feel my injury because I was so scared.
You better run.
As I was about to hop on the fence, I
She's
heard
so
the
lucky. that there was a
They
window.
entered our house, and after that, they arrested and cuffed him. When he walked past me, I was so scared and my body was shivering. But I was glad that it was over. The police contacted my parents, so they came back home in a hurry. I would see them again, and I knew
Well, why would
that I
you
was
leave
safe now.
her by herself when
From
she's
then
13?
on, I never stayed
That's
at
still
home
kinda
alone,
young to,
and
like,
that clown guy
mean,
was
leave
in
it
prison
anybody
for
knows.
several years for
We
scaring
was probably
kids
left home
and for
at 13.
possible murder.
But she's different because it's a girl. So,
Oh yeah, true.
yeah. And there's 2 of us, so...
I don't think we would have did anything. If it was like a grown ass man, I
Yeah, we probably wouldn't.
don't know. Yeah.
I don't know.
But now,
But now it's different.
This
get
happened
Yo,
when I
beat a
was
nigga
17 years
ass.
old.
go get
I was a senior in high school.
Like,
You'll be like,
It was
why
the
did I
middle
come
of
in
the
this
like,
house?
weekend.
yeah, you
My
came in the
friends
wrong
and I
house
were
today.
chatting online
We're about to
wanting
fuck you
do
up.
something new and fun over the
Oh,
weekend.
don't leave now.
We
don't
usually
leave.
just went to the
Oh, leave
movies,
that.
went to the mall,
Oh,
and
leave that.
ate dinner.
Go
I
leave
thought
now.
we should try something different. The next day, I was in the computer lab for one of my classes, and I had some time to kill because I finished my assignment early.
Nice.
Keep in mind, Snapchat and Instagram were just starting up and didn't have the same kind of popularity as it has today. So the only thing we really had at the time was Facebook. However,
Oh.
my school was strict
That's real.
and blocked
No
Facebook.
Facebook.
So the only thing I could
So they have
really
a
do was
sign
read
that says
articles
no
on news
Facebook.
websites. While searching and scrolling through the internet, an article showed up. It was about an interview with a man who was discussing the truth
yeah,
of paranormal activity around the
yeah.
area I grew up in. Intrigued, I read the article and looked up the places the guy was talking about. And sure enough, I found a bunch of things. One place in particular caught my eye.
You
It was a
better
place
not go
about
there.
20 minutes away from where
Oh,
I
he's
lived.
gonna go there.
It was known to
stupid
have
shit.
multiple
He's gonna go there.
paranormal occurrences happen.
It's
on the
because
exact
you're
same
bored. You're
road.
bored. You're bored.
As soon as class ended, I texted my friends about what I found, and we all agreed on going and seeing what this
hell no.
road was all about Friday night. Friday night
Actually,
finally
I
arrived.
might go
It was
to
me and 4 of my friends.
an abandoned.
Right before we entered the
yeah,
location,
yeah, no.
I parked my car and let my friend drive because we believed
Oh,
that
no,
if a guy
'cause
drove, not much
at
would
night?
happen. So
yeah,
she drove my car while I was sitting in the passenger seat.
because I'm
While
kind of
switching
bored.
seats, my other friends put baby powder
You know?
on the top of my car.
You trying to
Because
go?
one of my
No.
other friends
All right.
read that it helps people see when ghosts
I'll
touch
go buy
or
my
approach your
lonesome.
car.
No, I
It
won't.
started
That's
to
too
drizzle
scary.
a bit, which bummed us out
I need
because
to
the
go with
baby
somebody.
powder would be washed away.
Yeah, go with Anthony Scrawny.
As we were driving my car, we turned off the radio to make it more
It's too scary.
suspenseful.
I don't know.
All of a sudden, we heard someone from a distance scream bloody murder. At that moment, I heard the sound of a car door trying to be opened,
Oh.
as if someone was aggressively trying to get into my
Wait.
car. After that, we
Aren't
saw
you
a police car
driving?
driving so
How'd
fast with
they
the sirens on, as if
catch
they were
up?
chasing
No, it's
someone
the
on a
lady
major
that's driving.
highway. The problem with that was the road was
Oh, no,
paper
no,
thin
but
and had
I think
tons
they
of sharp
stopped.
turns.
Oh.
So you couldn't go that fast without crashing into another car. Plus, the car didn't have any of the county police or trooper tags from the area I lived in.
Why aren't they
I knew
turning
that
around?
because my dad was a cop, and I saw all kinds of different cop tags in my lifetime. I was freaked out that those two things just occurred. We were all freaked out and drove to the nearest parking lot so that we could calm down. As we got out of the car,
Why aren't you
You
turning
got
around?
out? You
Why
got
are you
out?
getting out of the car? Why aren't you
got
turning
out.
around?
God damn.
baby powder on the roof of my car was smeared, and it was all over my passenger seat side door.
Wait,
What
well,
was
why aren't
even
they
more
driving?
creepy
How'd
was
they
the
like
fact that there were
touch the
finger
car?
marks all over the door.
Wow.
Now, this wouldn't normally creep me out, but we were driving the entire time,
Right.
and we all made sure not to touch the doors when entering the car. The
Wow.
strangest part was that the finger marks had no fingerprints, but were clearly shaped like a hand. It was
What?
as if someone was trying to reach for the door handle. Not only that, but we also noticed that there were fingernail claw marks on my door handle.
Oh, so there was somebody trying to get away.
This freaked me out
And it's
because
something
earlier
pulling it
I
back.
heard someone
Yeah.
violently trying to open my door. In the next few days, we told everyone, both online and in person, about that night and how it freaked us all out. Then, someone sent me a link to an article about the street we drove on and all the activity that occurred on it.
God.
But it wasn't the one I originally read. It was a different one. As I was reading the website, I started to notice that all the things mentioned also happened to me the same exact way that night.
That gives me chills.
But what freaks me out the most to this day is thinking about what would have happened if I didn't have my door locked. Would the door have opened up?
No duh. It would have opened up.
Hey, that was scary, one. Jesus. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Stupid. I think we're gonna do one more. Or two more.
A few days ago, I went to a Macy's store with my mother and son to
Ooh,
go
the
check out
art
some
in
jewelry.
this one is pretty
While
good.
my mom was checking out jewelry, I noticed an old man around his 50s come near us.
Oh no!
He was about 8 feet from us.
What are you doing?
At first, I thought he was just a random
that's so
customer
big.
checking something
6
out
feet.
for his lady or something. Then, from the corner of my eye, I
6 feet.
noticed he was just standing there without moving and looking at us.
Maybe he had a
It
heart
made
attack
me
and he
feel
was standing there.
uncomfortable. So I turned around, moving the stroller, which my toddler was in, because I didn't want him looking at my baby.
Yeah, definitely.
I turned my eyes to look at him again,
Any
and
closer?
I could see that he was just staring at me with a creepy look. He was staring at me and my baby. Then, all of a sudden, he grinned widely at us. The weirdest thing about him was that he was wearing women's shoes and a scarf, and also holding a dress in his hand. He opened his mouth and tried to say something. I couldn't hear what he was saying, but I could read his lips. I like you. I like your baby. I just thought
Who
the
says
man
some
was a
stuff
weirdo.
like that? I like
And
this
then
dude.
my mom also noticed that he was odd and creepy. He saw that my mom was glaring at him, so he walked away. But then he appeared on the opposite side of us and started staring at me again. This time he pulled his phone out and made it seem like he was about to take a picture. He was staring at us and his eyes opened widely.
Oh,
He was smiling like a crazy
It's like the Joker. You look like
psychopath.
the Joker.
I'm getting
That was
chills.
enough. I wanted to go up to him and tell him to get away from us,
Yeah,
but I had my
well,
boy with me and didn't want anything
He might try to kill
happen.
you or something, so
So
I
I
wouldn't do
chose
that.
to just get out of there. I told a lady who was working there what happened.
Don't give me the chills.
She said that she would go take a look at him. A few minutes later, she came back and told us that he was a customer who has been reported before by other people. My mom asked, "Why hasn't he been kicked out then?"
Right?
The lady said, "Well, because he hasn't threatened or hurt anyone, so the store doesn't have a good enough reason to kick him out."
That's still creepy though.
My mom and I were pissed off
Still
because
creepy.
obviously the man is just there to harass people. The lady then told us that he said something creepy to her and also made her uncomfortable. She told us that when she went to go ask him what he was up to, he told her that he went to the store to return a dress. He decided that he didn't like that he bought it for his lady. He told her with a smile, "Yeah, I need to change quickly because she's cold now." My mom and I instantly felt so creeped out, so we just left. What did that mean? Could he have been hiding a dead body
bleeding.
back at his place?
Oh,
A few days later, and I feel
don't think
relieved
I would be
that
going
the
to
crazy
sleep.
guy didn't harm us. But I'm still wondering what he meant by, "She's cold now."
yeah, that means she dead.
Oh god. Yeah, I think that's this one.
Ain't that bad?
Good. Googly moogly.
Ain't that bad? Hey.
Oh, I'm not going to sleep. I don't know why I do this to myself.
Oh yeah.
But this is for you guys, you know.
Think of gold over here.
Yep. Good googly moogly. Okay, guys, that will be the end of the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that post notification button so you get notified every time I post a video. I was back again.
Yeah.
And I will be up.